everyone. I'm Lindsey McKinzie, a technical agronomist with Channel in Southern Illinois, and today I just wanted to talk about fungicide applications. If we aren't already making that decision, we will be doing that very soon here in the next few weeks as tassel time is coming around. So the first topic I want to talk about is application timing and really what we're going to need to be scouting for. So typically on our first pass, we're going to be looking at that tassel to R1 stage. That R1 stage is when we're going to start seeing those silks come out. And then, of course, tassel is when we see the majority of the field where the tassels have popped up. And so a couple of diseases, that I'm scouting for right now, given the weather change. So, a couple weeks ago, it was still pretty dry, still pretty hot, and really not a great environment for foliar diseases. Now with the storms that came in, things have got more humid, we have more moisture. Those are perfect breeding grounds for foliar diseases in corn and soybeans. So the first disease that we're really looking for is tar spot. Now tar spot, last year we didn't see it come in until later, and so we just didn't have the right conditions for it early last year. But this year we could see differently. So tar spot, it does prefer cool and humid conditions, and it only needs about 7 hours of leaf wetness for that infection to occur. And so the thing about tar spot that we have learned in the past few years is that it overwinters in debris, in corn residue. So unlike southern rust that blows up from the south when we get those tropical storms in, tar spot is already here. So the pathogen is overwintering in that corn debris. It just needs the right environment for that infection process to start. Now the second foliar disease that I'll be scouting for here is gray leaf spot, and we've had gray leaf spot for a long time. We know what it looks like, those rectangular lesions that appear. And so gray leaf spot does prefer warm and humid conditions, and it needs 12 to 14 hours of leaf wetness, which right now we are having extended periods. If you walk out in the mornings, I walked out the other day and it was about 9 o'clock and there was still some dew on the leaves. So we are getting some good environmental conditions for these foliar diseases to appear. So those are the two corn foliar diseases that I'm looking for right now. Now, I know a few areas in the past couple weeks had hail damage in corn and soybeans, and so I just wanted to touch on just a couple points there. So with hail damage, fungicide applications, we're not going to fix the tearing that occurred during those storms, but what can happen is those plants will be more susceptible to diseases. Now this can be fungal, this can be bacterial, and so one thing that we can think about is a fungicide application on that hail damaged crop. Now the fungicide application is not going to protect against the bacterial diseases, but can keep the plant healthy enough to help fight off whatever fungal or bacterial disease is going to come through. Now some of us are also in some pretty dry conditions. Now we can apply a fungicide. We may not see the response like we would if there was heavy disease pressure, but there are some plant health properties that can help with water retention, and of course keep that plant in the best shape possible in dry conditions. Now for soybean diseases, we are starting to see some foliar diseases like frog eye leaf spot. So the sign for this is there will be small, or I guess the symptom would be small necrotic spots that are going to occur on those leaves. Now they can be in the lower and the upper canopy, and the one thing with frog eye leaf spot is there can be multiple cycles per season. So it is more of a constant management with this disease just because of the multiple cycles. A couple management practices that we can use to fight against frog eye is fungicide applications, and then also making sure we have clean seed. We don't want any seed that has been infected from previous seasons just bringing in the inoculum is of course not good for the next season. And then also tillage, just being able to bury the present inoculum under the soil to help reduce infection. So in soybeans, we're going to be looking for a application timing around that R3 stage, and what that is going to look like is the pods are going to be about 3/16 of an inch, and we're going to find those pods in the upper 4 nodes. And so that's the right timing for soybean fungicide applications. So most importantly, we need to be out there scouting, looking and seeing what diseases are present when we need to be making those applications, and the right rate and the right timing. So of course, if you have any questions about fungicides or products, please reach out to your channel seedsman or field sales representative or channel TA, and everyone be safe.